What's up, you guys? I don't know why I've had my channel for over 10 years and I always feel compelled to start it off by sounding like Shane Dawson, like doing his intro and not mine. It just rolls off the tongue, if you will. Hi beautiful, it's Kate, and in today's video we are going to do 21 things that I've learned in 21 years. I did a video like this when I turned 18 years old, and it was 18 things I learned in 18 years, and I will link that down below. But I was just watching it, like going through my old videos, and I was like, I've learned a lot more in the last 3 years, and I just kind of wanted to do these periodically throughout my life and just see the lessons that I learn and what I think is important to say to you guys in each of these. So if you guys want to go watch that one, if you haven't already, go check it out. This is 21 things. So number one is going to be to read more books, which I'm telling myself to do this by saying it in this video because I really want to read more and I feel like it's very important. And I have like 4 books that have been sitting next to my bed that I've been dying to read and I just haven't read them, whether it's a comic book or a novel or Harry Potter series, whatever you want to do. I think it's important to give yourself that time to do so and not have so much screen time. Also, my mom is releasing a book of her own, which I will link down below once it's available. It's not available yet, but in a few weeks it will be, so keep an eye out for that. And for number 2, it is go do things alone. Once again, something I'm working on, but I get scared going to the grocery store by myself or the post office. Like, it just gives me anxiety, and so I think I'm working on doing things on my own a lot more, and I want to travel to new countries by myself. Like, I just really want to dive into doing things with just me and being okay with it and not being panicked about it, because at the end of the day, all you have is you, and you are your best friend, and you know you better than anyone else. And I read something that said it's so hard being you, in the sense of like, you have to live with you forever. You have to forgive every bad thing you've ever done. You have to wake up and be you every day. Like, other people can either let you go or whatever it is, but you need to accept everything that you are, everything that you've done. You need to be the best part of your life. You need to love you, and you need to be able to go shopping alone. You need to be able to travel to Asia by yourself. Number 3, buy stocks, watch videos. There's a million tutorials on YouTube that break it down very simple. I know it can be like overwhelming and overstimulating when people are spitting out this information that you don't understand, but it is so important to get involved in stocks and be smart with your money when you're younger, because then when you're older, it's going to benefit you in so many different types of ways. And I'm just now learning how to do stocks, and it's still very new to me, and I don't know a lot about it, so don't ask me any questions, but I think that you should look into it and do your research. Number 4, go get your passport so that you can go anywhere you want, anytime you want. It's just important to have. It's just a good document to have, and I think everyone should have a passport. Number 5, share your location with somebody that you trust, your best friend, your mom. I think it's so important for someone, not like a controlling boyfriend, girlfriend type of situation where someone always knows where you are, but just like a friend, whether it's your best friend or a friend that you don't talk to super often, someone that knows where you are just in case anything was to happen to you. Number 6, just skip to buying the fake plant. Just accept you're gonna kill all the real ones, or at least I will. So I just learned to stop trying. I have like an aloe plant that's holding on for dear life, and the only reason I have that is because I get sunburned all the time being pale poly, so I try my best to keep that alive. But for the most part, everything I have around my face, everything I have around my house is fake. I know some people live, breathe, die, sneeze for their house to be like filled with plants. So do I, just not real ones. Number 7, buy the soft blanket from Target. No, you will not regret it. Just do it. Number 8, this one is like a little bit iffy to me, but for the most part, try to avoid living with people that are super close to you, like your best friends, because sometimes it can go really well, but sometimes it can go really bad, and I just think it's like safer to not do that. A friendship's never worth ending over things like money or living situations. Like, I think friendships are supposed to just be safe and secure and loving, and so I think sometimes living with friends can get messy, and sometimes it's good to live with not necessarily a stranger, but like a friend of a friend, or, you know, I feel like roommate situations sometimes work out better that way, and I just wanted to kind of relay that information because sometimes it's amazing. Like right now I live with my best friends and it's great, but I've also lived with people and it hasn't worked out, and then losing someone over something like that is just, it's so silly to me, but it's also hard to recover from. So you know, sometimes you just learn that there's people that you can live with and people that you can't. That's a shitty lesson to learn, so I just want to have learned it for you. Number 9, become self-aware. Let yourself be able to take in critiques from other people, not anything hateful or mean. Sometimes your friends, your family, people around you are gonna have things to say about what you're doing, whether what you're doing is unsafe or just not a good idea, or how you're acting isn't the best way. Take it in. I know it's easy to get offended and just shut down. I want you guys to really keen in on when you're self-sabotaging, when you're overthinking things. Like, I just want you to know you and be very aware of what you're putting out into the universe. So just be able to take critique. It's really hard to do that, but I think it's good to step back for a moment and just be like, okay, am I accepting this information, or am I just spewing out the anger because of what I heard, you know? So it's just kind of like, take everything with a grain of salt. Number 10, drink your fucking water. And that is directly to you, Kate. When you're editing, this is for you. I never drink water. You're supposed to drink so much throughout the day. I hate drinking water. I don't know what it is. And I've learned that if you cut a little slice of a lemon, squeeze it in there, leave the lemon in there, it slowly gets better as you drink it. Like, lemon water has made me survive. I think it's the only reason why I'm alive. I can't just like drink a tall glass of water. It's not my life, not my journey, but lemons do help. Number 11. There's just some words that you're never gonna be able to spell. For me, it's like restaurant and exercise. I don't know what it is about those fucking words, but never. I will have to Google it every time. Restaurant is like, I'm getting better, but exercise, I don't know. I feel like we all have certain words that no matter how many times you type it up, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. 12, try to really figure out if the hobby that you are diving into is going to be a lifelong hobby or if it's going to be a temporary hobby, which sometimes it's hard to know until you actually do, you know, go all into it. But just to save yourself money and time and energy, like, there's certain things that you may have thought when you were 20, oh my god, I love this, I want to do this forever, and spent $2,000 getting supplies for it or training or whatever it is, and then you just kind of like fade out of it. So I think it's good to sit back and be like, is this a forever thing or is this like for the next 2 months kind of thing? 13, I know this might ruffle some feathers, and I want you to take this lightly. Don't take this definitively, don't take this in a bad way. I wrote down, don't sleep together on the first date. Before in the comments coming at me like, you slut shaming a horrible human being. No. If you are hooking up, do your thing, go all around town, do whatever you want to do safely. That is not what I'm trying to say. What the point I'm trying to get across is, if you're trying to start dating someone, I think sometimes people feel pressured on the first date that, oh, if I don't do this, it's gonna make me seem like a prude, or oh, if I don't do this, he's gonna go and get it from someone else. And I'm like, if that's the case, then like, let him go. Sometimes there's been people that I've met, you do the damn thing, and then 2 days later, you're not talking anymore, and you're like, I really could have gone without that, you know? Like, I really didn't need to do that, so why did I? Sometimes it's good to get to know someone for the first date, second date, and figure out whether or not you want to do that, then just kind of like let it happen on the first date, like I feel like so many people do. And then, not that you have regrets about it, but just you're kind of like, meh. People are tricky and people can be really deceiving. I don't want you guys to be in a situation where you think you have to sleep with someone in order for them to like you or date you, because that's never necessary. It's fun to like let it build up and get to know someone. Even if you waited a few weeks, the anticipation makes it good and you get to know someone and their intentions a little bit better. So that's all I'm saying. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. I'm not judging you. Live your best life. Okie dokie. Number 14. Make a playlist for somebody you love. Write love letters. Do that mushy gushy shit, whether it's for your best friend or your partner in this life. Having love letters to look back on when you're 60, you're like, oh, this is my boyfriend when I was 22 years old or whatever. I think that's, I don't know, it's sweet and pure, and I think more people should do it. Number 15, try more food. Since I was 18, I have tried a lot of things. Now, I still don't eat vegetables or really anything, but I do eat a lot more now than when I was 18. When I was 18, all I ate was like chicken nuggets. And now when I go out to eat, I almost never get chicken tendies, ever. I'm like, give me give me a chicken parm, you know, give me a chicken Alfredo, let's spice it up with the chicken. So I know I'm not one to talk. I am not someone that tries things easily, but in the last few years, I have really tried my best. 16. In my last video, some may have thought that this was kind of funny and common knowledge and so stupid for me to even say. I said, hey, remember that little sticker in the top left of your car? That means you need to get an oil change at that mileage. I didn't even know what it was for. I just didn't get an oil change for, I don't even know how much I was over. But that was when I was like 16, I just got a car, I didn't know what I was doing. And now my tip to you guys is get your tires rotated when you get your oil changed. I think it's a lifesaver. 17, talk about dark things. Talk about taboo stuff, talk about stuff that makes people uncomfortable. You have to. If you don't, you're being compliant. And I know sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want to talk about racism because I don't know enough. By not talking about it, you are becoming the problem as well in some way, shape, or form. I just think it's important to not avoid deep conversations, whether it's on your third date or if it's with your cousin at dinner. It's important to not have small talk your entire fucking life. Like, be deep, be in the moment, get off of your phone, have eye contact, and talk about serious stuff. I don't mean argue about Donald Trump and politics and stuff that is just gonna make people bicker, but I mean just genuinely talk about your thoughts on the world, afterlife, whatever it is, stuff going on in society. Talk about it. Number 18, fold your clothes. When you get them out of the dryer, fold them. Do not put them on the spare bed in your guest room. Do not put them on the chair in your bedroom. Do not do it. I've been doing it my entire life and I'm trying so hard. I've only been doing it for like a week, but I've been trying so hard to, when I do my laundry, fold it, hang it up, be done with it. 19, ask your partners about the sexual history, about STD tests. Like, keep yourself safe and keep yourself informed. Bring up the conversation. I know that it's awkward and unnatural sometimes, and I feel like no movies or shows or even friends talk about that stuff, and I think it's so important to discuss your health and your safety. It's so taboo to get into that conversation. People just are making out, start doing the damn thing, and that's that. And it's like, well, we didn't discuss that at all. Don't let people run all over you. You matter. Your feelings matter. Your safety, it matters the most. Number 20, drink whatever you want to drink. Drink the alcohol. Don't drink the alcohol. Go to the bar, drink a Red Bull. Go to the bar, drink a water. Go to the house party and drink a sparkling, seltzerly, girly drink. Like, do whatever you want to do. Stop letting people make you feel inferior because you don't want to fucking take a fireball shot. You are not less than or weird if you want to be sober. There's no problem with that. Also, if you're a man and you want a girly ass drink, drink the girly drink. No one is making you drink beer that tastes like trash. I mean, people are trying to make you, but I'm saying don't let them make you drink things you don't want to drink just for being manly. Absolutely not. That triggers me. I am sober Sally. I hate drinking. You guys know that. Maybe I have a glass of wine. Maybe I have a super fruity drink, but for the most part, I don't get drunk ever. I don't drink alcohol, and it drives me crazy that I cannot go to the bar and be holding a Red Bull without people interrogating me. Why aren't you drinking? Why don't you drink? Do you have a problem? Are you like a recovering? No, I just have a control issue and I love being sober at all times. I love being in complete control of myself and my surroundings, and that's okay. But it's also okay if you want to get blackout drunk. Live your best life, but do not attack me. The fact that I get so heavily talked about when I go out because I don't drink blows my mind. Like, it shouldn't be that abnormal for me to not want to drink, and as a 21-year-old girl, I've learned that that's never gonna stop, and I just want to put that on the universe. It's a lesson I've learned. Drink whatever you want to drink and don't listen to what anybody else has to say. As for number 21, I'm leaving this one blank because in my last video of the 18 things I learned, I left that blank because I said, you know, I'm leaving this for all the things I'm gonna learn in the upcoming years, because you're never done learning. You've never learned everything. You are not the most wise person on the planet. And watching that back, I was like, damn, I'm gonna do that again. So yeah, there's a million things that I could tell you guys more, but I want to leave that for myself. Like, girl, you're gonna keep learning, and I'm excited to. I want to learn lessons, even if that means going through hardships and rough times. Everything is a lesson. Everything happens for a reason in my mind. So we're leaving that one blank for a future story to be told. I'm sure in a few more years I will do another one of these. I think that it's fun to look back and see like what in that moment was important for me to tell you guys I learned, and I really enjoyed doing this. So I love you. I hope you have a good day, night, and life, and I will see you in the next one. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.